before we get started today, we got to get something out of the way, which is our business marketplace static or dynamic? It's very clearly extremely dynamic right now, which means our businesses have to be adaptable. We know that the marketplace is shifting. We actually know this time around exactly why it's changing. You see, there's internal factors and external factors. You have things like your customer base and their shifts in what their desires are, what they're looking for from you. You have things that are from the government in the terms that we put trillions of dollars into our marketplace with no cap and no, really no receipt. We have all this money influx into our economy, and so we have inflation going at an all-time high, all these different factors that we're very well aware of, knowing that we're walking ourselves into a recession. We understand why it's happening. We know pretty much a time frame of when it's going to happen. And we know that the average recession takes 9 months, meaning from the point it really starts to the point it ends is about 9 months, which means that your business, my business, our businesses must be ready to handle it. You see, this means that our businesses have to stay adaptable. If you haven't learned it, then maybe you weren't in business during the pandemic, and maybe you started during the pandemic. Anyone who went through the pandemic as a business owner fully understands the need to stay adaptable as a business. So why is that important? So that way you make it out of the recession thriving, not just maintaining, but truly thriving. I'll give you a quick example. So in 2020, we had a handful of our clients whose businesses literally shut down. They were physical brick and mortar. They had to shut their doors and they couldn't sell. One of them was a spa. As an example, you can't exactly operate a spa when you have to stay 6 feet apart from everyone else. So we used our system to guide all of our members through how to stay adaptable. And going into a recession that we understand why it's happening, the same principles apply. That spa ended up having a record year in sales, even though they were completely shut down for 3 months. They only operated 9 out of 12 months, and they had their highest sales of any year. So if it can work for them, it can work for all of us. So when we look at staying adaptable, why it's important to stay adaptable, then we got to look at the tools and resources to use. So we understand what's happening to our economy. We can forecast it a little better than we have in the past. And we understand from 2020 and 2021 why we have to stay adaptable to handle the ever-changing things that are happening. Then we get to tools and resources. So it's like, okay, I understand it's coming. Well, now what? So the first thing that I have to offer you that you need to go download right now from our website, or just comment below that you want this thing, the team will get it to you, is the following. It is a pivot point checklist. It's literally a checklist. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through it. On all the things that you must have in place in your business before we hit the recession. And chances are it'll be around Q1 that we really strongly start to hit it, which gives you a little bit of time to prepare. So if you are not prepared right now for it, you need to download the pivot point checklist to start going through it. The second thing that you need to go download from our system, from my team, that we are going to hand over to you to make sure that you are ready to thrive through the next year, is going to be the resource allocation checklist. So we have a pivot point checklist, and then we have a resource allocation checklist, making sure that our resources, both in people resources and in financial resources, are placed appropriately. You see, there are 2 major elements that you must be focusing on in your business. And we guide all of our members through this very consistently, which is increased efficiency and increased profitability. And the resource allocation document allows you to make sure that your resources are allocated in the right place to increase efficiency and ultimately increase profitability. Which brings me to the third document. In the third document, we have 350 strategies for you to go use to increase your profitability. On average, across our members, every year that they focus on 2 to 10 of the 350 strategies, because you're not going to go focus on all of them. You're going to focus on 2 to 10 of them over the course of the next 3 to 12 months. consistently we see at least a 60% increase in profitability across the board, across industries, service-based, product-based, it does not matter. That's what we're here to offer you. All you gotta do is you gotta tell our team or click on the links and go download it for the pivot point checklist, for the resource allocation checklist, and for our 350 strategies on how to increase your profitability. And I'll throw one more thing in there. So our firm's located in Austin, Texas, in Central Texas, from Georgetown down to South Austin. We are going to host only one more 2.5-hour workshop on taking these and how to apply them to your business. So step 1 is get them downloaded. Step 2 is for every single one of you that raises your hand and you say, I want these resources, we are going to hand you a complimentary ticket to come to my workshop. Normally we charge for it. Because we understand what's coming early next year, we want to make sure that we're preparing all of you as best as we can. So we're going to hand you the resources, and then we're going to also hand you a ticket to come to my very last workshop of the year, where I'm going to be teaching exactly how to implement all of these things specifically into your business. So we have an extremely fast-paced, dynamic marketplace. We have internal and external influences that are causing it to fluctuate. What we cannot control is all of the external stuff. What we can control is all the internal things. Ourselves, our team, our business. The choices we make, the actions we take will lead to the results that you end up with in the coming 9 months, 12 months. So download these 3 resources. My team will get them to you, and then we're going to hand you a ticket to come to my final workshop of the year. We only have one more. It'll change the way that you perceive your business, and you will walk away with actionable steps to take in your business to make sure you're properly prepared for the dynamic marketplace as we walk into the recession coming up. It's not something to be scared about. It's something to be confident about once you know what to do. And thankfully, business happens in cycles. The economy happens in cycles. So we know, after being in business for 29 years, we've been through a few of these cycles. We know what to do and how to do it to prepare you and your business for it. So get these resources downloaded, and I will see you if you're located here in Austin, Texas. And if you're not, fly on in. You're more than welcome to join from out of town. With that said, I will see you at our workshop in November. I'm Dr. Michael Hartley. I'm here to elevate your business and enhance your lifestyle. Get these things downloaded so you can make sure that your business is prepared.